K-pop is often insulted for being manufactured. Idols are trained, styled, and molded to fit what the mainstream will buy. That's why many cultural critics and so called music purists dismiss them as fakes. But if manufactured means being shaped to fit commercial expectations, then almost every pop star in the world, from stadium filling rock bands to indie darlings on Spotify playlists, is manufactured. The difference isn't the practice, but in how the narrative is spun. The Western labels have been much better at controlling that narrative through their global dominance of media and cultural storytelling. What if pop is an artist's preference? Let's start with the definition. What does manufactured even mean? If it's forcing artists to fit mainstream standards, then nearly every song released goes through some form of shaping. Labels invest in sound engineers, A&R executives, producers, and marketers to polish the raw material into a product. That's not a flaw unique to K pop. And here's perhaps the more important question. What if an artist genuinely loves pop? What if they embrace glossy production, choreography, or fashion forward styling? Not because it sells, but because that's their authentic preference. Does that still count as being manufactured? The trouble is that anyone who embraces pop automatically risks being labeled a sellout. The assumption is that if it is catchy, polished, or mainstream, then it must be fake. But what if pop, just like rock, jazz, or hip hop, is simply the creative language some artists feel most at home in? Historical continuity. People sneering at idols for being manufactured miss the historical point. Most of mainstream music has always been manufactured. Tin Pan Alley churned out sheet music in the early 1900s for singers who often didn't write their own material. Motown perfected the assembly line of hits, where artists were trained in choreography, diction, posture, and style. Berry Gordy literally run the label like a factory line. 1960s girl groups like the Supremes were told how to dress, how to smile, and even how to answer interview questions in ways that would appeal to middle America. 1990s boy bands like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC were built by Lou Pearlman in a system that looks eerily similar to today's K-pop agencies. Talent scouting, training, carefully engineered group dynamics. The idol system isn't an anomaly. It's simply more explicit and transparent about practices that have long existed. And let's not pretend this control doesn't exist in Western music. Western stars have admitted to being molded, pressured, and manipulated by labels and management. Demi Lovato shared on the Ellen DeGeneres show that her team once controlled her food intake, even removing phones from hotel rooms so she couldn't order food. In her documentary Dancing with the Devil, she described how her entire life was micromanaged. When they came into the picture, she said, "Everything in my life was controlled." Kesha's story is infamous. Under RCA, she was boxed into a party girl persona, denied creative freedom, and locked into contracts that limited her growth. Her legal battles reveal just how much control labels exert over an artist's image and output. Camila Cabello, in a Glamour interview, admitted that while in Fifth Harmony, she felt pressured to sexualize her image. Christina Aguilera has spoken about her dirty era, where the hypersexualized rebrand was as much a label driven strategy as it was her own choice. Miley Cyrus has been candid about how her post Disney transformation was heavily shaped by industry expectations to project rebellion and maturity. These aren't isolated cases. They're evidence of a broader system where artists are told what sells and then encouraged or forced to embody it. Song credits without the work. Another common criticism of K pop idols is that they don't write their own songs. But here's a Western open secret: many pop stars get songwriting credits for work they didn't do. Songwriter Tiffany Red has openly criticized big name singers for receiving undeserved publishing percentages. In 2021, a group of songwriters even launched the pact, pledging to withhold credit from any artist who didn't meaningfully contribute to a song's composition. This was a direct pushback against the long-standing practice of labels demanding credit for their stars as a condition of recording. Even when Western stars do write, they rarely write alone. Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys, Ariana Grande, and even Olivia Rodrigo have entire teams of writers shaping their material. Yet Western audiences still grant them a halo of authenticity because the myth of solo genius is so deeply ingrained. Selling desire and intimacy. At the core, both K pop and Western pop are selling the same thing: fantasy and intimacy. K pop idols are styled as approachable fantasy companions. Social media interactions, live stream, and fan signs are designed to create parasocial bonds. Fans feel like they know their idols. Western stars sell different flavors of desire. They cultivate mystery, aloofness, bad boy and bad girl personas, or untouchable glamour. Whether it's Rihanna's effortless cool or Harry Styles' charm, these are still crafted personas designed to sell. The difference isn't that one is authentic and the other isn't. The difference is simply the packaging. The myth of authenticity. Western critics cling to the idea of authentic solo genius. Bob Dylan, Kurt Cobain, Oasis. But authenticity itself is often a marketing strategy. The girl with a guitar in her bedroom has become a label tested formula, just as much as K pop polished choreography. Fans want to believe their favorite is different or above the machine. But behind every Western superstar is a team of executives, marketers, and stylists pulling the strings. K pop is simply more open about the machinery, and that's why it gets attacked. It shows what Western pop would rather hide. Modern echoes of exploitation. The abuses aren't confined to the past. Halsey revealed in a Zane Lowe interview that she wasn't allowed to release a new album because her previous one didn't meet expectations. Megan Thee Stallion publicly battled her label just to release collaborations and even asked help from the label of the artist she was going to collaborate with, that was BTS. JoJo, once a teen star, spent nearly a decade unable to release music because her label shelved her. If K pop agencies are guilty of restricting idols, Western labels are guilty of silencing, shelving, and blackballing artists who don't comply. A global hypocrisy. Both industries are built on commerce first, art second. The product isn't music, it's identity, intimacy, and image packaged for consumption. The only real edge Western labels have is their dominance of global media. They get to control the story, framing their machinery as artist development or marketing brilliance, while K pop gets framed as fake and manufactured. But peel back the layers and you'll find the same system at work. Idols start training young, molded by corporations. Western artists are groomed differently, but with the same result: personas crafted to appeal to audiences and maximize profit. Does this mean idols or Western pop stars have no talent? Not at all. Many are extraordinary performers, tireless workers, and genuine artists. But both systems are designed around commerce, not pure artistry. K pop isn't uniquely fake and Western pop isn't uniquely authentic. Both are products of an industry that shape, mold, and market young people into global commodities. The real difference lies in transparency because K pop admits that the machinery exists, while Western labels hide behind PR and the myth of authenticity. And because Western labels control the global media, they can also control the narrative. so they can paint their own artists as authentic and real while dismissing K-pop artists as fake or manufactured. But if we're honest, all pop music has always been manufactured. The only thing that changes is the story that we are told. And it is that story that keeps the double standard alive. Just take note that I am in no way saying that K-pop is better than Western pop or whatever. My point is that it is all the same. And it's just that it's sexy or it sells better when the media talk about the dark side of K-pop or how manufactured pop stars are in Asia, when in fact it all started from the West and they still do it. It's just that they're able to cover up. So I hope that we just stop this double standard, and let's just admit to the fact that at some point music has to be commoditized. It has to sell. So it is just a matter of finding the balance. How are you able to give artists the freedom to explore their artistic journey, their artistry, while also giving the fans what they want, because at the end of the day they are the ones that are going to pay for the music and keep the business alive. And I've done several videos on that, but just wanted to point this out, that I'm not saying one is better than the other or one is worse than the other. It's just all the same. Let's stop the double standard. Would love to hear your thoughts though, so please leave them in the comment section below. Um, as always, you can say whatever it is that you want to say, just please do so respectfully. Also, please follow me on X, IG, but more importantly on Patreon, because that's where the community is. That's where the conversations are happening. And there is a free tier just in case you want to try things out. I also opened my membership, YouTube membership only. And the content that I upload there does not go public. So please try and be a member to support the channel. And please consider donating to the channel. We just soft launched the magazine, the online magazine, Asian Entertainment and Culture. I hope that in the next month or this month, maybe, well, yeah, next month, maybe we can go on a actual proper launch. That's it. Please like the video, subscribe, and hit that notification button. And the most important thing is for you to share the video. Send it to your friends, send this video or the channel link to your friends, family members. Leave a link on your social media, on your email. That is going to motivate or push the algorithm to recommend this more. Thank you so much. Till next time.